Hello boys and girls of all ages, back again with an almost finished interior. I glued in the linings, flexible linings, very easy job. I made this and that one even, glued these in, glued 3 times on this side and 3 times on that side, the reinforcement strips in it. And then I took a good look and I thought I made a very stupid mistake. When I take this one over, it should all the time be one between the feet and both lines, but it wasn't. When I went over it, there was more than 2 mil under it, which meant it would glue here on this first part but not on this part, and it's most important it glues all the way. It's a very important item of our total structure, that this will glue well to the back as well as on the end block, so it has to fit nicely. What I could lower the sides to fit it, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep the measurement 90 to 100, so I put on a very thin block of 2 millimeters mahogany on here, and I sand it down and scraped it down to be very straight and make a nice lining so it will glue all over, which it will do now. So another mistake which could be solved very easily. Now, when that's all ready, we have to make the incisions where our bracing will fall in the sides. Remember, we made them 3 millimeters, so a 3 millimeter slot should be enough. To give it a little room, I make them 3.5. Not more, because if we make them deeper, we could end under the binding and it would show. That will be a waste. So no more than 3.5 millimeters. I do it by knowing that 3/4 of my saw is around 3.5 millimeters. So I put it in here, leave that up, and I know I'm not too deep. Then we put on the back, put it in place nicely. Center line, center line. I've sanded this part down to the line and let it fit here and here on the sides. On the center mark, clamp it in, and then with a pencil I mark both sides of the outsticking, of the outcoming bracing. 4 times here, 4 times here. I take it off. I'll take this, I'll put it on a line here, on a line here, so I know which way to sew it in. Make a mark here and here, do it here on the linings, then sew it in and chisel it out. Goes very easy. Once you've done that, you put it back in place, you try it out and make sure it fits nicely everywhere, which means your back should hit the sides and the bracings should fall in the slots. I didn't do it perfect the first time. I made a mistake on this one, too much to this side, so I had to take off some extra, almost 3 mil on this side to make this fit. But as long as I don't go deeper than 3 millimeters, it's no problem. The binding will fall over and no one will see, nothing will show. Well, this looks okay. It fits on all sides. so I can glue this one in. Before I glue it in, I do a typical guitar builder's thing, and that is take my pencil and write a message somewhere on the top. No one will ever see, only the one who will finally, for whatever reason, he will tear up this guitar, but it's just something for yourself. Put a date in it, or how much fun you had with it, or a little message if someone would ever break it open, whatever, just for fun. Okay, I'll put that in. I'll put glue all over, and especially good on the end block and the heel, and I'll clamp it in. So it comes here, falls in. It does. I will put a clamp here. I'll put a clamp here, and for the rest I will use these elastics. Hoppa! That's why I took the board under it with the foam protection for my top, because I'm pressing, and these little pins come out, and I use them. I will use them with the binding as well, but also for gluing in the top with these elastics. Hop, put it on, put a few on, so I'm sure all the sides will have an even pressure on the glue. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, and when that's ready, I will see you next time. We'll take off all this excess. I will do with the machine with my router and with the Dremel. But you can also do it by hand with a plane or with a chisel and with a lot of sanding. And I'll bring it back to its shape first, and then we're going to route out the profile for the binding. But first I'll glue this in, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.